Chris McGee in. Tried very hard to lobby for a different name for this show. We raised our concerns with Bergman, and I guess Morales. They are very, very attached to Destination for LA Sports.
Andy, you know what this is like, though?
What?
Do you remember when you and Brian were kids? How close in age are you?
I am 3.5 years old.
Okay, my brother Matt's 5 years older. When Mom and Dad, Joe and Lil McGee, would pull out of that driveway to go out for the evening, mayhem.
We can call this show whatever the hell we want.
Everybody left.
Truly, everybody left. Right now in the building, it is me, it is you, it is Wilbur on the board. He's also going to be taking calls. 877-710-ESPN if you want to weigh in. Tim is wandering around somewhere, but he might be leaving. Sam Batesh may be leaving at some point. Jonathan is in the back right now, the kids in the social media. But it is, in fact, a ghost town, Geeter.
What are we calling it again? Destination
for LA Sports.
I love it. I'm in.
It's a great tagline.
Yeah.
It's an excellent tagline.
It's not the name of the show, though, is what you're saying.
It feels off for the name of the show, but that is what we are doing. It's a revolving cast of characters. It's me, it's you, it's Trudell, it's Beto, Marcus Grant. Like, all of us are going to be shuffling in and out during the summer, just trying to keep the days longer in a good way right here on 710.
If Bergman and Morales tell me that's the name of the show, I am at the stage of my career here at ESPN Radio where I say yes, sir.
I know. I have been here long enough.
You don't care anymore, do you?
Well, I've been let go, brought back, let go, brought back. Like, at this point, I am like a weed that can't be killed.
Yeah.
So at this point, I will call it workshopping the title. But we both learned, we did not realize this until stepping in today and prepping, that today is the 26th anniversary. The NBA Finals are going on right now, but the 26th anniversary of Game 7, 2000 Western Conference Finals, Lakers, Blazers. The lob from Kobe to Shaq in that Game 7 where they came down from 15 at the top of the fourth quarter. That, for me, is one of those I remember exactly where I was when it happened.
If you want to vote on all of LA's greatest sports moments, Kirk Gibson is up there. Robert Horry's shot is up there.
Well, you're going to have to be more specific with Horry.
Robert Horry's shot in Game 4 against Sacramento is up there in 2002. Magic's baby hook in 87. Freddie Freeman's 2 home runs. I mean, for sure, the one against the Yankees. There's a host of moments, right? But it's right up there. It for sure is in the top 10, top 5 iconic moments in LA sports history. And I feel badly for those people under 30 years old because you probably don't remember it. Obviously, if you were 3 or 4, but if you're under 26 and you were not born yet, I apologize. You do not get to have that moment live and know where you were. You will have them in your lifetime, I hope. We have been blessed, AK and I, to have many of those because we are a little longer in the tooth. But that moment, you do not forget where you were. Like, I remember where I was with Fish shot. I remember Kirk Gibson's. I remember
where I was. I remember where I was.
And I remember the moment. I remember who I was with. All of that. Same thing for the lob to Shaq.
Okay, where were you for the lob to Shaq?
Okay, so 26 years ago, I was on a surf trip, Los Gaviotas in Mexico. My wife now, we were only dating for a few months. We knew it was Game 7. We had to get across the border. We did. My brother was living in San Diego. We stopped at his house. True story. His girlfriend, she's no longer in our family. She was just a girlfriend. He's now married, happily, 2 kids. But this might have been her demise. Okay? We're in his little tiny house in San Diego, and they're getting rolled. And I'm very pissy at this point. I mean, this is height of fandom, right? And I'm not happy with the TV. Jess and I are just dating. She understands hoops. She played in high school. She's with me. The girlfriend comes into the house and goes, yes, Portland, starts heckling the Lakers.
Ooh.
I looked at my brother. I got real quiet. She left the room. I looked at him and I said, I can't have it.
Yes!
I got up and I left. And I walked down his street, and I didn't know this neighborhood. It was a small little place in San Diego, Kensington or something. I don't even know that little town. Made a left on the main little drag, and there was a dive bar. And there I was. I found myself in the dive bar. Guess who came and joined me about 10, 15 minutes later?
Jess.
Hence why we're married now.
I was going to say, that's when you know she's the one.
Yeah. So She joined me, okay? I watched that comeback in its totality with three dudes I will never see again, but the joy that I had when that went down, I will never forget it. But it culminates with the lob. That's when you knew game in hand.
Well, it felt like A, game in hand, but B, finally, these two guys are on the same effing page after all of the fighting and the feuding and the back and forth publicly. They are finally on the same page, even if Shaq ran past Kobe with the high five attempt. And, it's still baby steps. You gotta walk before you run. But that felt like the moment of they've put it all behind, at least on the court.
The moment that happened, I think all of us in LA and all of us Laker fans, we are back because we knew we were winning the title. Yes, we had to still play Indiana, and that went 6 games, but we knew we are absolutely back. Okay, DeMarco just showed me the video of Shaq running by him. Remember, it was mass hysteria, cats and dogs living together, everyone going crazy. He ran past him. He was focused on his son was up there, a little baby, and he was pointing to his family in the seats. So I give Shaq a break in that moment.
Okay.
Because, by the way, when Kobe and Shaq won 2 weeks later, Game 6, who's jumping into each other's arms?
Absolutely.
Shaq and Kobe.
Again, like I said, you got to walk before you run. By the time they won the championship, absolutely. And remember, that was the same year in the finals where Kobe played that one game with a sprained ankle and Shaq gave him a piggyback ride over to the car. I remember where I was both for that Game 7 against Portland and when the Lakers won that championship because it was the same place. It was when I was bartending at the Westwood Brewing Company. I remember in Westwood Village, Game 7 against Portland, I had finished my shift right around when the fourth quarter began. So I didn't leave, even though I was done and off the clock. I was basically just pacing up and down the bar.
I assume it was packed.
Yeah, it was absolutely packed. I'm just pacing back and forth. Like I've got a drink in my hand at this point because I'm off, and I did not leave until that happened. Game 6, when the Lakers beat the Pacers for the first of the 3 Kobe Shaq championships, I was working that night. It's the most money I ever made working at that place on a non-weekend or like non-grad UCLA graduation. It was packed. The last probably 90 seconds of that game, I was ignoring everybody, like trying to flag me down for drink. Like, there's a few people like, no, I see you. I'm ignoring you. Like, yeah, I'll get to you. Not now. Like, I don't care. I need to see how this ends. Like, because remember, that Game 6 was tight.
It was tight until the end. I remember I was because I was in the building. I was a PE teacher coach at this time. I was coaching basketball and volleyball, but I was a PE teacher at a little school called Wildwood.
I know Wildwood.
Yes. There was a kid that went to school there, Casey, knew his parents. They were great. I had taught him. They were inviting me to games throughout that whole season. I could have gone to Game 7, AK, had I not been on that surf trip. Remember, Lakers were up 3-1, came home and lost Game 5. Portland blew them out. I was at that game. So I got to go to Game 1 and 6 of the finals. PR seats, phenomenal, and I've always felt gratitude towards that family.
Yeah, those are truly, and you mentioned Fish in Point 4 in 2004 against San Antonio. I remember where I was that night. I was working at a different bar in Pasadena. I was actually on the clock. When Fish hit that shot, I started screaming, and like there were people in this place. And this was not like really a sports bar. It was a microbrewery, but it's much more upscale, not catering to sports fans. I started screaming, and I did a lap around this place, yelling with my fists up in the air, getting sideways looks from all the clientele. Did not care.
Did not care one bit.
Nope.
You know where I was? Bottom level of Maloney's in Westwood Village. Full dog pile.
So did you ever come into the Westwood Brewing Company?
Of course.
Because I'm wondering if...
I was thinking about it when you were telling the story.
I am wondering if, in retrospect, I got you hammered at some point.
At some point, it's a high probability.
If you remember, if you really go back and try to piece together fuzzy memories of the Westwood Brewing Company, if you ever recall a bartender who always had a backward visor on with kind of spiky hair, that was me. It was back when I had hair. That was me in the late 90s, early 2000s, back when, oh, God, it was good.
Yeah, it's good hair.
Great hair. And I always wore a visor, kind of keeping it together. That was me. I probably got you and your friends.
Man, you had a great lid, didn't you?
I did. It was so good.
So, game 1, by the way, because I want to tell this story real quick, because you brought it up. Sorry, game 6. Game 6 against Pacers. Okay, do we have time?
Yeah.
We're playing the Pacers. It's game 6. It's a closeout game. Okay. I'm at Wildwood Elementary School. We are starting a secondary school. I'm going to be the athletic director on a different campus. It's a brand new 6th, 7th, and 8th, and we're going to go all the way to 12 eventually. We're having faculty meetings with all these new members of the school. AK, I had to get out of there. I had a ticket to game 6. My boy Matty O was coming to pick me up. I literally walked into the new head of school's office, and I did fake sick throat. And he looked at me disappointed, and I'm like, I just feel like I should really go home. Matty-O picks me up. We go out there. I had a ticket. He did not. He was going to scalp. This is a true story. He's walking, talks to a couple people. Guy comes up to him, gives the guy $300. He gets a badge. Do you know whose badge this was? Vic the Brick.
Feeling you.
Feeling you. I have no idea, but Matty-O had Vic the Brick's game 6, game 7. And I don't know if the guy who sold it to him had any idea. $300. So had that gone 7, Matt Unger was getting in with Vic the Brick's. It must have been his brother.
Wait, this was Vic the Brick's actual media credential?
It had his name on it because we all knew who Vic the Brick was, but it was for the whole series. And the guy sold it to him.
I have a lot.
Because Vic the Brick was at the game, I assume.
I have a lot of questions about that. Like, how does he end up with Vic's media credential?
Here's the best part. He's in the building, but he really doesn't have a seat. So we are kind of watching him, and I'm like, oh, my God, there's Matty-O, and he's moving around, and then he's on the floor, and then he's up. I swear to you, when they were on a late run and the place was going absolutely nuts, he's sitting where Magic and Diane Cannon are over there, and he's on the jumbo screen, and I'm like, only this guy, Matt Unger, Matty-O, Lexus Santa Monica. Go buy your car from him.
I was going to say, is it that Matt Unger?
Yeah, we played college volleyball together. I swear to you, it was unbelievable. I'm like, this is out of a movie. It was like Forrest Gump, where everything hit.
Did he at least show the restraint not to run on the court like Vic the Brick did after Kobe's shot in 2006?
Vic the Brick, what a memorable moment for Vic the Brick.
One of Kobe's most iconic moments after that opening round, I believe it was game 6, game 5 or game 6 against the Suns.
It was when they went up 3-1, remember?
Right.
So it was game 4.
Game 4.
Yeah.
He hits that shot. It was the buzzer-beating game winner. Kobe pulls his jersey back, exposing the purple and gold heart, and right behind him is Vic the Brick on the court when he's not allowed to be.
One of the most all-time...
One of the all-time moments, and Vic the Brick is right behind him.
Bombing the photo. I mean, it was perfect.
John Black, very displeased by that moment.
I bet he was. Did you find out about that if he was?
Yes, I
but
heard it on
if you know
good authority.
Vic and you know how
you can't
sweet
stay mad at Vic.
and phenomenal
you can't stay mad at Vic.
and awesome. I am so glad he was in that moment looking back.
Shout out to Vic the Brick.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, we're going to talk more Lakers. We're also going to talk about last night's game 1 of the NBA Finals. What, if anything, this series, that game, can tell us about how the Lakers need to approach this offseason. We're going to get into some Shohei Ohtani. The Dodgers are going to be first pitch in about 25 minutes, getting a little Myles Garrett. Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, destination for LA Sports 710 ESPN.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
I love how the Rams are involved in every rumor.
Oh, wait,
it's fantastic.
but isn't every LA team involved in every rumor?
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
When you talk about Tariq Skubal, you immediately go Don. When you talk about Giannis, you immediately go Lakers. When you talk about a guy like Myles Garrett, the first name that comes to mind is Rams. I'll tell you one thing, though. When you think about Myles Garrett, the rumors began, George, last basketball season when Myles Garrett showed up in the ESPN LA suite.
Yeah.
People started circulating it around. Oh, my God, Myles Garrett's in the ESPN LA suite. You know that ESPN LA is a business partner of the LA Rams. That's
They're
where
also a
these rumors
business partner of the Cleveland Browns. So.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just circulating rumors.
Yeah, but nobody, I don't think anybody circulated that
I
except
just
you.
did. Yeah,
You're the only one that knew.
I
Well,
just
that
did.
was you.
Yeah, it was me who did.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that was me.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Friday, June 5th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll take a look at the all-new shark encounter that is now open, then check out Dolphin Adventures and soak in all the summer energy, including live concerts with artists like Soulja Boy and more. Don't miss Sedano and Cap live Friday, June 5th from SeaWorld San Diego on ESPN LA. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing.
This World Cup season, the ultimate watch party experience is at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and all the flavors that make every match unforgettable. Grab fire-grilled asada tacos, slow-braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more. Join us for every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
And it is the destination for LA sports, Jeter and AK. Andy Kamenetsky with you on a Thursday night. Let's get back to the destination for LA sports. Back to LA Live, back to Jeter and AK on ESPN LA.
Destination for LA Sports, Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee. We're going to be doing a lot of these shows, revolving cast of characters. It's going to be me tomorrow night after Game 2.
Oh, coming on a little late, are you?
Coming on a little late. I'm running solo, so definitely want to hear from people as I'm minding the station for 2 hours by myself.
Do you go a lot of calls when you're solo?
Try to. I want to hear from the people. Like in particular, I don't want to be lonely. I think Funchy though is going to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Or I
hope people that don't know AK, he likes to talk to people. It's what you do.
I do.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking with people. Alex in Irvine, before we talk about the NBA Finals and last night, has a suggestion for the name of the show, I believe. Alex, you're on Destination for LA Sports. What's up?
Hey, guys, I just want to say that I love the show, and I'm really excited for you guys debuting, but I think a good name for the show would be Everybody Left. Since you guys said it earlier, I think it would be perfect. Everybody left for summer vacation, but whoever's there is running the Destination for LA. Everybody left.
Everybody left.
That's actually pretty genius, Alex.
I kind of like that, because really at this time of night, it is a ghost town. And I appreciate the call there, Alex. It is something of a ghost town.
We're going to make note of all of them. Everybody left.
Everybody left. Everybody left on 710 ESPN.
That's actually good.
That's not bad at all. I kind of like that. Anybody, 877-710 ESPN, if you want to call in with names for the show or anything that you want to get into, 877-710 ESPN. Last night, the Knicks deliver the first blow against the San Antonio Spurs, game 1 of the finals in San Antonio, 105-95. Jalen Brunson, it's so funny. He was obviously the guy that took over the game and delivered for the Knicks. He spent most of that game struggling, though. Like, he was, I believe, 5 of 18 heading into the fourth quarter before he scored 13 points in the fourth. That dude is a killer down the stretch, Gator.
Ended up going for 30. 13 in the fourth, as you mentioned, and just struggling's a great word. Also battling, like he had the knee thing early, right? First quarter, maybe. Then he had the little twist of the ankle, went back to the locker room, came back, and it was just one of those nights where you're looking at Wemby, not at his best offensively. You're looking at Jalen Brunson, and you're thinking, okay, it's going to be the others. It was Champagnie in the first half, and then all of a sudden you see Cat and guys get going for the Knicks in the second half. But sure enough, man, when the game is on the line and you've been watching this Knicks team all year, he has the ball in his hands, and he is a special type of guy, and they love him. They defer to him in that fourth quarter. They let it be his team. And his ability to hit tough shots, I mean high-level, tough shots. And for anyone out there that's played in a meaningful basketball game, you could have been a high school player, maybe you played in a fun adult league, but you were in stressful situations late in game. You are exhausted. Take that up times 100. You're in the NBA Finals, the elite of the elite, and it is an absolute brawl, back and forth. Everyone was gassed. The amount of shots that he made where you turn your head, you go, how did he just do that? Incredible. You got to give him his flowers.
Oh, he was amazing down the stretch of this game. It's funny. I have said for years that I think Kyrie Irving is the best finisher at his size I've ever seen. And it can become easy to forget about that with Kyrie just because the last few seasons he's been hurt so much and he's been out of sight for a while. But prime Kyrie, before he really started dealing with a lot of injuries, not just a great scorer, but like a great difficult shot maker, and that ability to finish around the rim at his size was like nothing I had ever seen regularly with my own eyes. Like I did not see as much of, say, Isaiah Thomas in his prime, like growing up. I didn't watch as much basketball.
Iverson's another small guy.
Yeah, Iverson is up there as well, but Kyrie was a more efficient guy around the rim and like more efficient. Iverson maybe just be pound for pound the toughest scorer I've ever seen, just period. Watching Jalen Brunson, man, he's entered that conversation of just at his size, the ability to finish around the rim, those drop steps, like the crazy left foot, right foot, you're not sure what direction he's going. It's unreal.
I think that's what's most impressive about him, AK, is his ability, because he doesn't pop off the stage as like an elite athlete in the world.
No.
But his athleticism and what he's able to do in terms of his shiftiness, his ability to change speeds, like you said, the left to right foot, his ability to go off 2 feet or one, he can lean into you, he can take the contact. And also they talked about how he works out with the assistant coach, and they go through all the stuff, how they'll throw up like a high, stick because he's got to shoot over different kinds of lengths, like he's shooting over Wemby. His ability to finish in different situations of traffic, to me, hunting matchups, he is that guy. And listen, they always said, can they win a championship with Jalen Brunson? And you've heard both sides, right? You've heard
Becky Hammond.
Although
I will say, she has said,
and they haven't won a championship yet.
Right, they haven't won a championship, and she has said, look,
I love him.
If you follow history, this is the history, and I am a fan. I'd love to be proven wrong.
And by the way, she's not wrong.
No.
Like in history, it hasn't worked, but that's what's special about this Knicks team. And I know I've said it on text messages. I've said it on this show and others. To me, and I realized it a few weeks ago, it hit me. They got 2011 Mavs vibes to me. Now, Dirk was 6'11", but they just have this like older team feeling where they've kind of been through the battles. They got the whole city behind them. They got the star going off. They got role players playing out of their mind. Shamet coming off the bench. Everything's clicking. And it just reminds me of that because everyone's talking about the young Heat and now the young Spurs. But it's the Mavs who go in there and take game one and win that series. So I'm curious how this plays out. But the Knicks are knocking on the door of their first title in 50-plus years. And it's Jalen Brunson who's leading the way.
To put this in perspective, this is how long ago it was since the Knicks won a championship. Phil Jackson was a player on that team.
Marinate on that.
Phil Jackson played.
Like Willis Reed was running out of the tunnel limping when they were winning a title.
Like, you got to go a ways. Like, I was alive, but I was way too young to even possibly remember that.
I was in diapers.
Yes, I was in diapers as well. And you and I, unfortunately, are not as young as we used to be.
No.
We were in diapers the last time the Knicks won a championship, and I know half of our audience thinks we're old bleeps.
Yeah.
And that's how long you got to go back. I mean, you got to go back 27 years since the last time they were in the finals.
I want to ask you this, and I'm curious what our listeners think. I want to know, where was your heart game one going in? You might have had something in your head of who you wanted to win. Maybe you didn't care. Maybe you just want to see a great series. Maybe you're a Laker fan. You don't want to see any team win. But when that ball was thrown in the air and the game was on, what did your heart want? For me, AK, for the first time, I'm rooting for New York. I was rooting for the Spurs to beat OKC. I was at a bar for Game 7, and the whole bar was rooting for the Spurs. I've never rooted for the Spurs in my life.
Right.
But now, my heart was with the Knicks, and I think it's a two-parter. One, I'm not ready to hand the Spurs the keys to the castle and let them run the league for the next 10 years, because I know it's coming. I know Wemby, and they're going to get titles.
They know where the keys are located.
They know where they're located.
They don't have them yet.
I don't want them to find it yet. And, man, I want to see what that city does if they do win a title. I know it's going to be obnoxious, but it's going to be hilarious. It might burn down. I don't know. But it's going to be absolutely insanity.
All right, 877-710-ESPN if you want to weigh in on who you are rooting for in this series against the Knicks versus the Spurs. I could see it from a Laker fan perspective, and that is the overwhelming majority of this audience. I could picture it feeling a certain way with either of those teams. So we'll get into that. Also, we got some people right now waiting to get on, whether to talk about the name of this show, getting Giannis to L.A., want to talk some Jalen Brunson. We'll get to all of you. Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, destination for L.A. Sports, 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's Chris Morales, and at ESPN LA, we love Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and we hope to see you at the 10th Annual Walk and Play LA. First, I'm going to walk a 3K showing my support for this amazing hospital, and I want you to join me in raising funds for critically ill kids. Then we'll play with live music, games, and sports clinics led by local athletes. Join the fun Saturday, June 6th at the Santa Monica Pier. Go to ESPNLA.com to sign up for Team ESPN LA and use the discount code PLAY to save $10 on registration.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
With Progressive customer service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. I'm here with Angie from Angelica's Insurance. Every team needs a strong defense. And when it comes to protecting what matters most, they've got you covered.
That's right. From auto and home to renters, business, and life insurance, we built a game plan tailored just for you.
And if life throws a penalty your way, like a DUI, for example,
we got you. We specialize in DUIs, SR22 coverage, getting you back on the road fast and affordably. Visit angelicas-ins.com or call 1-888-717-0773 for your free quote today.
Rams fans, DFAR here. The Rams are making history in 2026, heading to Melbourne, Australia to face the Niners. You can be there. I've teamed up with True Fan Travel to hook you up with the ultimate fan experience. Game tickets, hotels, exclusive events, even a chance to meet me all in one package. This isn't just a trip, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Visit TrueFanTravel.com right now and secure your spot. That's TrueFanTravel.com. See you there.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time. Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour, weekdays after 3 p.m., and try our new chili crisp dumplings, paired with a premium or beverage drink, like our delicious Thai tea, both for only $5. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Are you in that YouTube chat tonight? Or you're listening on the app or on 710 a.m.? We're talking all things LA sports, live and local, till 8 p.m. The destination for LA sports keeps rolling on LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA. Once again, with Geeter, here's Andy Kamenetsky.
Destination for LA sports, Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee. And again, for those just now learning of this show, this is going to be as regular occurrence as we can make it during the summer when obviously the NBA is slowing down, the Kings will be slowing down. We want to make sure that we are remaining connected with the 710 Familia, so we are going to be here as often as we can.
Yep.
Geeter threw out, what was the question again that you threw out?
Well, I just wanted to know what the heart told you when the ball was thrown in the air and this series actually started. If you're dialed in and watching it, whether you're just a Laker fan or you're just a fan of the NBA, where did your heart take you? I said, for me, it went with the Knicks. I know where yours is, and I know why.
My heart is with the Spurs, and really it's not even so much my heart as it is my brain and my nerves, because my wife is a big Spurs fan. She's from Texas before people jump down her neck. She's from Texas. She grew up rooting for the Spurs. So she is invested in this. She sends me at least 10 different texts a day with some type of meme involving or GIF involving the Spurs and Wemby. She actually, I tweeted this out at Cam Brothers, and it went, if not viral, semi-viral. She was driving around in her neighborhood in Texas. I'm not going to say where she is, but it's not, I'll say this, it's not San Antonio.
Yeah.
She's visiting family right now in Texas, not in San Antonio. In her parents' neighborhood, somebody had a tall Halloween skeleton that they put a totally janky makeshift San Antonio Spurs, finger quotes, jersey and a paper cutout of Wemby's face.
Fantastic.
On it. Wemby fever has taken over Texas.
And by the way, congrats to you. You should be thanking the Spurs for being good again. It brought your wife back to the game.
Yes.
Because they sucked for a long time, Andy.
Yep.
So she fell off.
Yeah. She had.
And she deserves this.
Yes.
And you're smart. You need them to win for your life.
Oh,
thank
you. I do. I'm not going to say that I don't miss her. I miss my wife. That said, the Spurs lost game one. Glad that she was in Texas when that happened.
I mean, listen, Andy, as a Laker fan, diehard Laker, Dodgers, Rams, I don't want anyone else winning. But in my older age, I've come to appreciate it. And if you've ever won in your life, you know how special it is. So I kind of get caught up and I become a fan once my team is out. And I just have a rooting interest. It keeps me more involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Take a few calls right now. Daniel in Century City. We've been lobbing suggestions for the name of the show. I'm not a huge fan of Destination for LA Sports. Marcus and I made that clear last year. Nobody listened. But we're taking suggestions. Daniel's got one. What do you got?
Yeah, I think the guy who said everybody left was on the right track. But given your love of self-deprecating humor, I would go with the leftovers.
Oh, man, we're getting good ones.
I like this. I like this. Appreciate the call, Daniel.
We're getting good. Oh, real quick, where was your heart when the ball was jumped last night?
Sorry,
did you want Knicks or did you want Spurs? Oh,
I let him go.
He's done. He's done.
My bad. It's funny. I will say, though, as much as I am rooting for the Spurs just for my own general safety, this Knicks team is really easy to like. And let me tell you, I love New York sports fan Schadenfreude.
Yeah.
And in particular, Knicks fan Schadenfreude. I don't know why. I find it hilarious when they suffer. This Knicks team, though, they're really easy to root for.
I mean, did you ever root for the Yankees? Never in my life.
No.
Right?
Nor will I ever.
Like Mets, Jets. I mean, Giants only when they played Tom Brady twice?
No. Yes. Yes. That is it. I don't know what it is where New York sports teams rub me the wrong way. They just do, and I can't explain why, other than the Mets. I grew up a St. Louis Cardinal fan, divisional rival for a while, so that's ingrained in my head. Same with the New York Giants. They were the divisional rival of the then St. Louis NFL Cardinals. So grew up hating them.
Yeah.
But like the Yankees, I don't know why I hate them. I don't know why I dislike the Jets, any of them. This Knicks team is easy to root for if you weren't married to a Spurs fan. Paul in Huntington Beach, you got an idea about how to get Giannis to L.A.?
Yeah, so the only way we're going to beat Wemby is if we get somebody like Giannis on the team. We're not going to do it with DeAndre Ayton. He just, So this is the thing. I'm thinking we sign and trade Austin. We trade Austin, and we trade Austin and some draft picks, and then that way we can sign LeBron and he'll take less money. We can get Giannis.
Paul?
And then we got a team that can compete.
Paul, this is my question for you. Do you know how a sign and trade works?
Yes.
Do you know that Austin has to agree to this?
This is true. And I know I did not know that part, but I figure he can only get I'm not talking max money, but he can only get a certain amount of money from any other team. He can get the most money from us, so the only way he's going to get paid more money is if we give it to him. Is that right?
Yeah, but he has to agree to it. That would mean that Austin has to agree to spend his prime years rebuilding in Milwaukee,
where he can't golf for most of the time.
Ooh.
I know.
Yeah, you got a point.
I mean, he can still get good money. It's still 180 or whatever. It's 4 years.
I love Austin Reeves. Don't get me wrong. I love Austin Reeves, but if we could get Giannis, any way we could get Giannis would be amazing.
Yeah, Paul, your thought's not wrong. Like, obviously, you're looking at OKC, you're looking at the Spurs, you're looking at the Knicks, and your thought is, how can we get there?
Yeah,
and that's
how we
the
gonna
name out
compete?
there. Yeah, no, you're not off on that. It's just harder to do than just doing the side of trade. But you're on the right path.
Appreciate the call there, Paul. Like, I have thought about this before, like with Austin in particular, like, because the Lakers are in a weird place right now. You and I were talking about this before the show, Geeter. Like, arguably three of the top 6 or 10 free agents are Lakers.
Top 6, they had 3 of them.
LeBron and Austin and
Rui was 6.
And all 3 of those guys have appeal, I think, inside the building for the Lakers. The problem is, though, if you keep them all, you are essentially running back a team that I think everybody thinks is like a rung or so short. So you need to get better.
You do.
But some of the best free agents are your own. So you're kind of caught in this loop. So I've thought about before, if you wanted to try to get better in a different way, it could involve a sign and trade with Austin, but you need to be thinking about a team that is competitive. Because I think the best way to get Austin to agree to that, or these other teams actually interested in Austin, is they need to be looking to win now. And for whatever reason, they think Austin is better than player X on their team, like a better fit. Like, I'll give an example. Orlando seems like a team that is going to be making some changes this offseason. They're extremely expensive, and they are not going anywhere close to where they want to. They got bounced in the first round. They have been underachieving. I could make an argument that as far as the type of players that you want to put around Luka and like the skill sets you're looking for most from Luka, that Desmond Bane is a better fit next to Luka than Austin. I think Austin's a good fit, but Desmond Bane is a better pure shooter. I think he is a better defender. At the very least, he's bigger than Austin, so he can guard certain matchups that I think Austin could struggle with. And Austin, I think, actually could be more helpful to Orlando than Desmond Bane just in organizing their offense.
How important was Marcus Smart for the Lakers in March and in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Because with a Luka and an AR, you had to have a defensive-minded guard.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Yes.
So that's where you're taking this.
Right.
And you're talking about what fits around those guys. There's the number one thing is you have to have length, athleticism, and a guy that can defend.
Yeah. And, like, my biggest concern about what the Lakers are very much signaling they're going to be doing, which is looking to build around Luka and Austin. And I understand why. And the ways that Luka and Austin mesh, I think, are good, particularly offensively. Like, they can play off each other offensively very well. To me, though, in a perfect world, you try to have your best and second best players provide certain things that the other one doesn't, whether you're talking about skill sets, whether you're talking about position, size, or whatever. My concern is that with Luka and Austin, they share too many strengths and they share too many weaknesses. And they're too similar in general. So to me, if you're thinking about signing and trading Austin, you need to be thinking about a team that is good, that would have a use for a guy in his prime right now. Like Milwaukee, to me, from their perspective, Austin doesn't make sense for them. Like, he's too old for a rebuild. So you have to be thinking about it that way. And again, you got to remember, Austin gets a vote. He actually gets the most important vote.
And what does that team want to bring Austin in as? Is he their one? Is he their two? Because if he's getting paid like that, that's the level of player you have to be. And here's the thing. I know for a fact, because I'm one of them, I love Austin Reeves. And I know Laker fans do too. What's been interesting to me is, however, since the playoffs, when you start to talk about what his number might be, now all of a sudden everyone says, whoa, whoa, whoa. They love Austin Reeves as our second, third best player at $14 million because he's playing like a $35 to $40 million player.
Oh, you're at $14 million for his production.
It's an absolute steal.
You're frankly ripping Austin off.
Yeah.
Like at that point, it's highway robbery. He has outproduced his contract. And just so it's clear, because I was throwing out this concept with Orlando and a sign and trade, Austin's a really good player, like full stop. He is a really good player. I think he's somewhere like top 75 in the league, 50 to 75. You're really, really good.
I think he's moving into that top 50. I'm curious to see this year if he makes that jump. Because he was an all-star, borderline all-star, would have been if he didn't get hurt, it's safe to say.
But it is so, like we're seeing right now with the Spurs and the Knicks, and I would throw in the Thunder, like the value of not just talent and depth, but like the way players complement each other and the way like certain players can offset the weaknesses of their stars and vice versa.
And you know what you're seeing, Andy? And I think we always go back to this during this time. The playoffs are flat out different than the regular season. And this year, more than ever, it's blasting me and others in the face. You're watching a 2-month mini season. It is officiated differently. It's played differently. Guys are holding, grabbing, physicality. Game slows down, more half-court sets. I mean, Rui is a great playoff player.
Yeah.
The ball slows down. He's more involved offensively. His big body works. Like, he is a great playoff performer.
All-time leader in three-point percentage. Now, we talk all the time about the moves Rob Pelinka has made, didn't make, ones that worked, ones that didn't. Rui Hachimura was a straight-up home run. Do you remember what they gave up?
Man, he came over in the Russ deal.
No.
Sorry.
It was Kendrick Nunn.
Oh, Kendrick Nunn.
In 3 seconds.
Russ deal, I'm sorry. Russ deal was after that.
Right.
With Vando and D'Lo. And that. Yep. Yeah, Rui came first.
Yep, Rui came first. They traded for Rui like a couple weeks before that. They had actually played together with the Wizards. Because remember, Russ had come over from the Wizards. Like, that was a straight-up home run. I consider Rui a developmental win because he was not the same player then. He was considered kind of a disappointment as a top 10 pick.
I mean, I don't know how hard it's going to be to keep him, because what was he, 18 million? Like, his number's going to go up. And if you're a team that has a little bit of space and has that mid-level, maybe more, 3 for 45, whatever they want to give him, and you can win now, like Rui can help you.
I'm really curious to see how that works as well, too, because I everything I've ever heard is that they love Rui inside the building.
JJ Redick loves him.
Every impression I've ever gotten is that he's very popular in the locker room. Like, he's a really likable guy.
A big part of this, AK, how you got in this conversation, was how we were talking before the show. And we were even saying to each other, like, how close do you think we are? And I brought up that game against the Knicks in March. I went to that game, brought my daughter and her friend. I was off that day, sat in my media seat, and I was dialed into that game. Fan only. Wasn't doing the pre or post. And I was so impressed after the game with how we played.
Yeah.
We matched their physicality. The athleticism looked on par. Offensively, the ball was moving. Everyone was available. And we won that game going away. Mm-hmm. So you think, when I look at that, I'm like, you're close.
Okay.
But then you see San Antonio and OKC, and you see the way these teams are playing with their depth and their youth, and that's where you think you're a little further away.
All right, coming up next, and again, we still want to talk more about the NBA Finals. We want to get in some Dodgers. First pitch just took place a couple minutes ago. Dodgers still in Arizona. Ohtani is coming off. He's not playing today, but coming off an absolutely monster night. Reportedly, the Rams and Myles Garrett have reworked his contract. Lot to get into. 877-710-ESPN.
Beto's on hold, too, so we got to get to that.
Oh, no, this is not that Beto. Oh. Not that Beto. Beto and Whittier.
Beto and Whittier. I see that.
Beto and Whittier.
Wilbur's laughing at me.
I know Beto and Whittier. Good dude. We'll definitely take his call. We'll take the calls of everybody waiting. But coming up next, though, the idea of that Knicks game that you just mentioned, that month,
March.
Month of March. What do you make of that month of March? Because what you make of that month of March could very much affect how the Lakers approach this offseason. We'll get into that coming up next. Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, Destination for LA Sports, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA sports talk.
We're talking to Myles Garrett. What would a Super Bowl championship mean to you?
Honestly, everything. I can't sit here and tell you I don't want to win more DPO-wise and all pros and all that. You want to have that team success. You want to have individual success. But we got to get a ring. And, hell, I want to get a ring in L.A. And I want to do it desperately.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
John Ireland here, and when it comes to vodka, I like a winner, and Blue Ice Vodka delivers. America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
Don't miss the latest episode of the Blue Review with me, Greg Bergman, and Marcus Grant, talking all things Dodger baseball. Be part of the ESPN LA Blue Crew, 6:30 a.m. on the ESPN LA YouTube channel.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Friday, June 5th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll take a look at the all-new Shark Encounter that is now open, then check out Dolphin Adventures and soak in all the summer energy, including live concerts with artists like Soulja Boy and more. Don't miss Sedano and Cap live Friday, June 5th from SeaWorld San Diego on ESPN LA. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. Get Brazilian beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions for just $9.98 a pound. That's steakhouse and seafood house quality at home. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. Shop one of their 11 locations or order online for same-day delivery. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat, wild prices.
And it is the destination for LA sports, Jeter and AK. Andy Kamenetsky with you on a Thursday night. Let's get back to the destination for LA sports. Back to LA Live, back to Jeter and AK on ESPN LA.
Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, destination for LA sports, the summer evening show that we are going to be doing as often as we can on ESPN LA 710. The Dodgers and Diamondbacks are underway. The last game in Arizona of this series before we flip to the Freeway Series. It is currently 0s in the bottom of the first, and the Diamondbacks have a man on second, 1 out. Justin Rutleski, who's coming off an incredible outing and is having a really good season. He is up right now trying to get them out of this inning still clean.
I love me some Robleski. 7-2, I believe. Like flirting with all-star level performances.
This team is so insanely stacked, man.
Listen, they win tonight. That's 6 straight series. They at least have a push. But they win 6 straight series. They've won 16 of 20. They got 40 wins. Second best record in baseball. And they're doing it without key guys. We were talking to Travis about this right before our show started. I mean, Snell, Glass, Diaz.
I forgot, until we were talking before the show, I had forgotten that Edwin Diaz is on this team.
Yeah, well, he had that great first week and then got hit and then hurt.
I had completely forgotten that Diaz.
I mean, we haven't
is
seen
a Dodger.
Tommy Cleanups.
No.
My guy, Tommy Edmonds. Love calling him that when he batted fourth in the World Series. Yeah, okay. Another hit. Teoscar's out.
Yeah. Mookie is still struggling.
Yep.
Max Muncy's been struggling, and it just doesn't matter.
Muncy hit bombs, though, man. He hits bombs.
Oh, look, I mean, one of the luxuries that this group actually has, like when you have this sort of depth, whether you're talking about the established stars or the younger players, beyond just the insane, almost stupid wealth of riches, it allows guys to work through slumps without panicking. Like, I'm sure this is frustrating as hell for Mookie right now, you know, whether you're trying to figure out if this is age or if this is still residual from that weird virus or any type of injuries, whatever. But at least he can work through whatever this is, knowing he's not dragging down the team.
I think you bring up a great point. I mean, a night like last night, there's 16 hits from 8 different guys. A guy like Kyle Tucker has a good game, hits a bomb, gets 2 singles, talks about in the post-game show, he's hitting that lower pitch better. He's starting to see it more. And like, if you're Dave and you're the Dodgers, you're like, listen, Kyle, we're literally the best team in baseball. Coming off 2 World Series titles, you're good. Like, I know you're probably pressing and you can be frustrated and maybe you're hearing it, but the noise inside our clubhouse is quiet.
Yeah.
It's all good because there's no reason to panic.
You're going to be fine. Like, you're going to be fine. We believe in you, and we don't even have to pretend. Like, we don't have to pretend or project this because we're calm.
And what a game-changing type of guy. And I know the Dodgers have a lot of game changers and a lot of all-star level players. But Kyle Tucker becomes Kyle Tucker, who we are used to seeing, and I think he will be. Ability to be a game changer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they brought him in to shore up the outfield, to, you know, give them more optionality. Like, you know, they were looking for better defensive options than Teo, and, you know, they moved Teo over to left, and, you know, fortunately and unfortunately, depending on how you look at this, DH is not an option for Teo.
No,
that
it's not,
spot's
because
taken.
that spot is taken by a guy named Shohei Ohtani. And by the way, speaking of, Kike got hurt right when he came back.
Yes.
And, you know, the center field position is interesting, too, because Pages, everyone thought that would be a rotating spot.
Mm-hmm.
It is not, because he, in my opinion, is a starter in the All-Star game, or else we riot. We're taking it to the streets.
He's making a serious case with the bat, with the glove. He has been, like, it feels like every time a ball is hit to Pages, he doesn't just make the play. He makes, like, a sensational sizzle reel play. Like, it seems like he is constantly making these show-stopping plays on a routine basis. He has been so good and turned into just such a complete, like you said, all-star level player. I'd be stunned if he's not in the all-star game.
You know, I think if you live here in Los Angeles and you're a huge Dodger fan, then you're most likely a huge Laker fan. I just feel like that goes hand in hand, and it always has been for the 54 years that I have been in Southern California, since the day I was born. And we talk a lot of NBA, we talk a lot of Lakers, especially this time of year. And the Dodgers were just in this perfect storm with them. We just expect greatness, but it's hard to win. But they have done it so well and so consistently that when you look at other sports and you're looking at OKC, or you're looking at the Knicks, you're looking at the Spurs, the Dodgers, they are the example in baseball. Like, that transfers to the NBA. The amount of depth that they have and the different guys that they can throw at you. I think that's where the NBA is right now. You're seeing those teams be more successful because they can throw more. I mean, Andy, when have we seen 11 guys playing in a playoff game? OKC threw 11 guys at the Lakers.
Spurs
in
go
game
deep.
1. I was
Knicks
like, what is
go
happening? I remember it used to be 8 tops, 9. 9 would play a few minutes.
Yeah, what was the Riley? It was like,
yeah,
play 8, trust
7
7.
are playing a lot. Yeah, trust 7. But and that's such a great quote. But like, the Dodgers just have every single type of way to beat you, and they're showing you that now.
Well, it's funny too when you mention how the Dodgers are the example, and when you also mention depth, and we are now getting more and more into the Mark Walter era, and they are connected, those franchises. Rob Pelinka noted a couple times in his exit interview with J.J. Redick, they are the sister franchise to the Lakers, and you know, there's that direct connection with Mark Walter at the center of it. I wasn't thinking just depth in terms of the roster, even though, make no mistake, they need to get better depth, and that's going to be one of the tasks in front of Rob Pelinka. It's depth within the front office. It's depth within your building.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to see a more buffed out front office. We're going to see, I know it's terrible. Like, as far as there are people involved, it's no secret there were layoffs and stuff on the business side. And I think there's going to be positions consolidated and things like that. And that unfortunately often happens when there's new ownership in any type of business. But what I would say to Laker fans who have concerns, this is not going to be like the start of a front office or a business side or anything like that that's stripped down, where it feels like you've got people doing 2 or 3 different jobs because they're not bringing enough manpower. There's going to be more manpower. It's just going to, I think, be certain jobs are buffed out differently, or there's going to be certain things prioritized more. But they're going to have depth inside the building in ways that there is no salary cap. You can spend whatever you want.
Analytically.
Yeah.
Draft. Scouting. GM, assistant GM, maybe 2. All those departments.
Medical.
Beefing those up. Medical. Training staff. All those things that you just hit on the head. There's no salary cap. That's where they will build that infrastructure to be successful.
And it matters.
I
mean, that's one of the reasons the Dodgers they've been so successful. Obviously, they're talented as hell. Dave Roberts is a great manager, but they identify talent well. Like, look over at the Mets. They'll show you. It ain't just about spending. Like, spending doesn't automatically equal championships.
You just hit on something that's so important. Spending matters because you can bring people in, but it doesn't bring you championships. You're absolutely right. Spending the right way, chemistry, fit, development, all those things, that's winning.
Yeah.
You could just have the highest payroll and you can bring guys in. It doesn't mean anything.
Well, I mean,
if there's no fit.
Look at the Knicks in the finals. Their problems over the years have not been an unwillingness to spend. Like, say whatever you will about James Dolan, who has spent like the last several decades rubbing everybody the wrong way, often making ridiculous decisions, saying stupid things. He's been willing to spend. Like, he has been willing to put money into that payroll, but it's about doing it well. And like Leon Rose has done a great job building the roster, building a culture with the Knicks. I actually think JJ Redick, the last couple of years, has done a really good job.
I agree.
Helping build a culture for the Lakers. Yeah. And that stuff really matters. All right. Coming up, though, we are going to get into – I want to talk something about Ohtani and the Cy Young, because that's been discussed a lot given how he's pitching this year and the night that he's coming off. Also, if you are holding, we will get to your calls next. Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, Destination for LA Sports, 710 ESPN.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
Rams GM Les Snead joining us here on DeMarco and Travis. You mentioned, Myles Garrett, superpowers. Another guy with superpowers. When was the last time you talked to Aaron Donald?
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
I'm not one to get involved in the metaverse a lot, but, some people have definitely shared some of what's being said out there on these technological platforms. So,
Les, he's out there benching like 150-pound dumbbell.
He looks pretty good.
He's teasing all of us.
Yeah. Every time I've seen Aaron and anytime there's a video posted, I can say this. I do think he has snaps left in his body. Knowing Aaron wants to be the best if he was to ever take another snap. So it's been cool to see Aaron get excited. He's still a big Rams fan. He still communicates with Sean. So it's awesome that he's excited about this move.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app and live on YouTube.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
This World Cup season, the ultimate watch party experience is at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by nonstop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and all the flavors that make every match unforgettable. Grab fire-grilled asada taco, slow-braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more. Join us for every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
Right now, there's a real demand for experienced brick and block layers. You can earn up to $55.10 an hour, plus full family health care, dental, vision, a pension, and annual pay increases. This isn't just a job, it's a future. Work on high-profile projects like OC Vibe, sports stadiums, and schools you'll be proud to say you built. Join the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craftsmen Local 4. Call 626-739-5600 or visit BAC4CA.org. Become a part of the best hands in the business.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. I'm here with Angie from Angelica's Insurance. Every team needs a strong defense, and when it comes to protecting what matters most, they've got you covered.
That's right. From auto and home to renters, business, and life insurance, we built a game plan tailored just for you.
And if life throws a penalty your way, like a DUI, for example,
we got you. We specialize in DUIs, SR22 coverage, getting you back on the road fast and affordably. Visit angelicas-ins.com or call 1-888-717-0773 for your free quote today.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
ESPN LA. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And let's do it. The live and local sports talk keeps rolling. This is the destination for LA sports on ESPN LA, 7:10 a.m. The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. We keep the LA sports talk going live from LA Live. Tonight, it's Geeter and Andy Kamenetsky. Chris Geeter McGee from Spectrum Sportsnet. Andy Kamenetsky. Of course, he's also got that Locked On Lakers podcast. Chris McGee, Geeter, Andy Kamenetsky with you tonight till 8 o'clock, talking all things LA sports. Let's do it. Now live from the epicenter of sports in the Southland, LA Live, right across the street from Crypto.com Arena. With Chris McGee, Geeter, here's Andy Kamenetsky.
Name that movie.
Boogie Nights. Oh. Best.
How dare I even ask?
This was, by the way, when we were doing the ESPN LA softball game. This was always my walk-up song.
Nice.
Machine Gun by the Commodores.
Nice.
Love it.
Great scene.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Can't really
Dirk
describe.
getting it going a little bit.
I was going to say, we can't
It's
totally...
it's a dance scene, and
Yes.
then it also showed him kind of, maturing in the business.
Getting his feet up underneath him, if you will. Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, destination for LA sports. Before we get to the point I wanted to get into with Shohei Ohtani and the Cy, going to take a few calls. Beto and Whittier. Not Beto Duran, but Beto and Whittier.
Beto.
You're on Destination for LA Sports. What's up, Beto?
That's actually what my profile on Twitter says, not Beto Duran. So I appreciate you, AK. And Geeter, first time actually speaking with you, so it's a pleasure and an honor as well.
Hermano.
But AK, you're going to have to give more disclosure next time when you say you're married to a Latina, because you're actually married to a Tejana. That's a totally different thing.
Fair.
And you know
Very fair.
what I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
right?
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So a couple points. First, Desmond Bain. Wow, that is a good pull, my brother, because what he brings to the table, in, as far as tenacity, fearlessness, and the ability to make a shot. Oh my gosh, that would go a long way with what we have as far as Luka goes, and I agree with Rui being a key integral piece to the team, because he is a glue guy. He is the guy that keeps it light around the locker room, but when it comes down to business, he does show up. So I do want to see them keep him. And Marcus Smart, man, he just brought so much moxie and just the overall experience to the team. So I appreciate him as well. Other thing, going back to your roots as a bartender, and why not the happy hour? Parentheses hours, because we got more than 1 hour to do. But the happy hour, as far as the team, as far as the name goes, that might be something. And then as far as who I'm rooting for, AK and Geeter, no self-respecting Laker fan can come around to rooting for the Spurs. As you guys were telling about the story about where were you during this shot, during that shot, during .04, I was at the Westchester Bar and Grill doing a band night. So I was promoting some bands that night, and the place just went wild. So to that point, it's a little bit innocuous as far as having I get the LA versus New York rivalry, but as far as in the grand scheme of things, it is innocuous if the Knicks win a championship, because we shouldn't be concerned with the Knicks as much as we have more history with the Spurs. So that's it. And I'm just going to shout out the Wolfpack Circle. Shout out to those guys, and I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys.
Great call,
Gracias,
Beto.
hermano. Gracias.
Great call. He took us a lot of places there, and I appreciate him getting to all those. And he's right. A part of it for me, and the reason why I say I rooted for the Spurs at Critters on Saturday night for Game 7, it was a weird feeling for me because I had never, ever in my life pulled for the Spurs because I hated them forever, because that ran deep, that rivalry, especially through all the, the 2000s, late 90s, right? The Knicks, I just never felt that rivalry. Now, my dad did,
right,
because they played in the finals, but I never really got a taste of that. Like I said, I was in diapers, so I don't remember. And they've never been a threat. They've won a title in 54 years. So, but I keep going back to what a couple of my buddies said, because I had a big text chain going on last night. Everyone was weighing in. And one of my buddies was like, I just can never root for New York. And he's a big Dodger fan. So I get that, too. That's why I'm just curious. But sometimes the heart just takes you places.
Well, here's the thing, too, and then we'll get to a couple more calls. The Lakers and Spurs had that rivalry, like, for a while, like, basically all of the 2000s. And they spent 4 or 5 years literally trading the title back and forth. The Spurs had it in 99. Lakers had it 2000, 2001, 2002. Spurs then had it in 2003. Then they got it again in 2005 after the Lakers lost in 2004 to the Pistons. But that rivalry never felt like animosity to me.
There's a lot of respect.
There was a lot of respect. Like if you used to hear Kobe talk about them, like there was a lot of respect with those guys. There was not a lot of bleep talking back and forth. Like as far as like ugly stuff, like it wasn't like the Lakers and the Kings. That was ugly.
And you know what? I probably did root for the Heat, for the Spurs when they played the Heat. I think everyone was kind of okay with that as well. If I reflect back, so maybe I'm a little wrong there. And there's no wrong answer.
No,
by the way, because you're right. And you know what else is another acceptable answer for Laker fans to be like, dude, I don't give a rat's ass who wins this series. I don't want anyone to win. Yeah. Because listen, my daughters have asked me, Dad, because they were born, and I don't apologize for it, but they were born into it.
Yeah.
And they love it. And they love going to games. They're 18 and 15 now. Yeah, we jumped them in. And they are diehard. They know who they love and who they hate. And they have hated the Celtics and the Clippers since birth. And I've tried to explain why, but I'll never forget my younger one. This is a few years back. So she's 15 now. This is when she's about 10. Daddy, what do we do if the Clippers play Boston in the finals? Toughest answer I ever had.
Did you land on anything?
I just said I hope the league falls apart and they don't play it, or the TV
the
blows
asteroid.
up and we never watch TV again. Yeah, like I think I'm signing that.
That would have been a real Sophie's choice for Laker fans everywhere.
But there's a lot of deep-rooted Boston hate. But at the time, I don't want the Clippers winning either.
It would have been really.
It would have been tough.
Would have been tough. Will in Torrance, you're on Destination for LA Sports. What you got?
Hey, guys. First-time listener, long-time caller, and I'm going to make an observation and then ask a question. When Jalen Brunson and Luka were on the same team in Dallas, it was very clear to the viewer that they do the same exact thing. They do the same thing. So, which leads me to my question. Do Austin Reeves and Luka do the same exact thing? And is it going to be enough to get into the finals? Not even to win a championship, but to get to the finals. Like those Jalen teams with Luka, they didn't get to the finals. It was after that.
They got to the Western Conference Finals.
And then they got there with
they did?
Kyrie.
They got to the Western Conference Finals 1 year with Jalen Brunson, and then they got to the finals with Kyrie and Luka. You're correct. I appreciate the call there.
He's kind of saying what you were a little while ago. So I get what Will means. Like they're similar styles. And what you said that made a lot of sense. Strengths are the same. Weaknesses are the same.
Yeah. And again, Austin is a really good player. Like, I want to make that clear. I think he's a really good player. I don't think he's like overrated. I think he is a very good player. I have concerns that the Lakers may have him elevated to a station that he might not be quite good enough for, just because that station, like if they have him earmarked as the second best player on a championship team, that player is really good. Like, if you look historically at the second best player on championship teams, that's typically Hall of Fame level. Like, that, you're really, really good. Like, it's not a knock against Austin to say, I'm not sure he's at that level. Could he be an important part of a team that wins a championship? Absolutely.
Absolutely. What is your sample size with Luka and AR together in a playoff? It's Minnesota. And both guys, I mean, Austin didn't talk about it. He wasn't right in that playoff series. And he was actually great when they made the run to the Western Conference Finals.
He was really good. He was also the lower on the scouting report.
Yes. Yes.
Again. Like,
and this year, man, I don't know. I give him a lot of credit for coming back.
Absolutely.
And I feel like he had 2 really good games against OKC. I think people forget that. But it's listen, man, Laker fans, they have the right to ask that question because you're looking at where you want to be. So the obvious thing is this our guy that we got to pay 40? Like, he, even though we love him?
Or if you believe in them as a tandem, and I understand why, because there was that March where the Lakers were
the first 14 games of the season.
Yeah, they were arguably the best team in the league. That March in particular, because you couldn't even say they weren't beating good teams. They were beating a lot of good teams. And Austin and Luka were both playing really well before they got both hurt in the same game against OKC. So then you ask the question of, okay, could they work together if you put the right pieces around them with athleticism and defense and a lane protecting center and like shooting? Like, can you put the pieces around them similar to what the Mavericks did in 2024 when that Luka team went to the finals? What makes that tricky, though, because I think the answer is on paper,
yes,
sure. What makes it tricky, though, and this is what's going to make Rob Pelinka's job hard, they had Derek Jones Jr. on that team, who was one of the best veteran minimum signing of like the last 5 years. They knocked it out of the park with that. They also had Derek Lively the third, or the second or third,
who was
on a rookie scale. Rookie scale deal.
And he popped.
And they also made trades for P.J. Washington and Daniel Gafford using the type of contracts that the Lakers don't currently have.
Yeah.
So the answer to the question is, could you put the pieces around Luka and Austin to build a championship level team? I think the answer is yes. Do I think the Lakers are in the position to do that, though? That is still very much a TBD, and that's what makes it all complicated.
It's interesting, too, AK, when you are in the position of the Lakers, and I said this last week when I was here, they had a really good season.
Yes.
They were a really good team, and for most of the year, and you said this, they weren't a great team, but they did show that month where they could be a great team. And when you look at how they did against Houston in the season series and then the playoffs, won the season series against Minnesota, won the season series against Denver, split with New York, right? Beat them at home, lost on the road. You're going, okay, that's something. But when you're still looking at OKC and San Antonio, and obviously New York's playing in the East, but they still got there. That is, I think, it's a difficult position because you're like, how can we get there? Even though you're really good.
And those teams.
But can you win with this?
And those teams built in a completely opposite way than the Lakers. And I asked Rob Pelinka about this directly at his exit interview. And they built in a way that the Lakers do not do.
They hit on the draft, which is a lot of luck as well, depending on where the ping pong balls and the envelopes go. The draft, free agency, trade. To me, those three, though, are the perfect storm for you to be able to build like an OKC or San Antonio.
Yeah.
My question to you is going to be, and I wrote it down here before we started the show, is the New York Knicks path more viable for the Lakers and more realistic? Because they did it through trade and free agency.
All right,
not the draft.
We'll talk about that coming up next. Mitch Thomas, I see you holding. We will also get to you next. This is Destination for LA Sports. Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, 710 ESPN.
How are you? It's Dr. Robert Clapper. Guess what? The Weekend Warriors Show is back Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA, thanks to Cedars-Sinai. Cedars-Sinai is a global leader in orthopedics, offering a range of solutions in all orthopedic subspecialties to get you back to doing the things you love. Don't miss the Weekend Warriors Show with me, Dr. Clapper, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Rams fans, DFAR here. The Rams are making history in 2026, heading to Melbourne, Australia to face the Niners. You can be there. I've teamed up with True Fan Travel to hook you up with the ultimate fan experience. Game tickets, hotels, exclusive events, even a chance to meet me, all in one package. This isn't just a trip, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Visit TrueFanTravel.com right now and secure your spot. That's TrueFanTravel.com. See you there.
Hey sports fans, it's Sua Cravens, and I want to tell you about my newest and favorite place, Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market.
I have 11 locations from LA to OC to Encinitas to choose from and to shop.
And they have the largest selection of everyday proteins, sides, over 400 types of grinds, and of course a large selection of exotic meats and seafood. The largest variety in one meat and seafood market. Amazing prices and products from all over the world. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat, wild prices.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
And it is the destination for LA sports, Jeter and AK. Andy Kamenetsky with you on a Thursday night. Let's get back to the destination for LA sports. Back to LA Live, back to Jeter and AK on ESPN LA.
Okay, this is the Kendrick Lamar beat. But do you remember when this was the LaMelo Ball, the song, or the, no, it was for Lonzo. These Lithuanian. It was when. No, it was for LaMelo.
When he was in Lithuania.
He was in Lithuania, and these Lithuanian female rappers created this song with this beat called "Welcome to Lithuania."
Amazing
for LaMelo.
And by the way, do you remember those games? There was like no one. He'd be warming up in cold gyms.
Mm-hmm.
It was the weirdest, oddest thing ever.
And this video that you can't find anymore because I believe the Kendrick Lamar people said you did not get the rights to that. Take it down immediately. But the video that they created, I'm not exaggerating, and I really hope this was not the case. It looked like a hostage video, like these women dancing. It looked like they were uncomfortable.
For the record, we hope that's not the case.
We really hope it is not the case. But it was a very. I would show this video if I could find it, and I don't believe it exists anymore. Before we get to that question that you had asked me about, is the Knicks model for building this team that went to the finals, the Lakers model. And take a couple calls. Mitch in New Jersey. You're on Destination LA Sports. What's up?
Hey, AK.
Hey.
Gina, welcome back. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, thank you.
What's up, buddy?
You deserve. How about Late Show? From my perspective,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for you it is.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah, he's up late. We appreciate that.
And anytime, you guys don't get paid enough. I would rather have...
It's the smartest thing that was ever said on this show there, Mitch.
What's that?
I said that was the smartest thing anybody's said on this show, that Geeter and I don't get paid enough.
I hit it out of the park once in a while. One guy, I don't know if he's on the trade market, Devin Booker. I'd rather him over Bane and AR. He's a point guard too. I mean, what does he want to be? I mean, I don't know, but he's good. But Devin Booker will be the best of the three. And one more thing, how about those Rams? I'm not saying I'm a Rams fan, but that's Fearsome Foursome 2.0. That is some general manager you guys got.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate the call there, Mitch. Les Snead, F them picks.
I mean, he's been saying it for 8 years.
And you know what's
And they've stayed relative outside of one bad season after the Super Bowl, riddled with injuries.
Yeah, it was all injuries.
Kind of had a little do-over, start over. It's been truly incredible what they've been able to do.
And it's funny, too, because when they drafted Ty Simpson 13th, which took everybody by, what the hell? My reaction in the moment was, this to me signals, because they just re-upped with Stafford. So they're clearly trying to win now. Like, you don't give Stafford another deal if you're not looking to win now, given his age. I'm like, they are betting on Ty Simpson for the future, while also saying we can find ways to get better now that don't involve this particular first-round pick. For me, it was, okay, I'm curious to see how they do that. But clearly, they had this thing earmarked as a possibility or a plan B or a plan C, but it ultimately confirmed exactly what I thought. They're betting on the later, and we won't know until Ty Simpson plays, but they're like, we know we can get better now.
I was with Cappy that day. I hosted that morning of the draft, and we had McVay on, and we had some draft experts on, and Riddick, and they talked about, like, McVay didn't, but they loved Ty Simpson. And when they drafted him, yes, it was a surprise, but for me, I felt as a Rams fan that they have built up so much equity for me and this trust that I have in McVay and that front office and that team, because I know they want to win and they're making great moves, that they were all on the same page with it. And when you look now at what they've done, McDuffie, basically first-round pick.
Yeah.
Traded it for McDuffie.
Yes.
Garrett, Verse, a pick. Like, that's what you're doing. You're basically saying we are all in. Football is a small window to win. And they've been able to stay in it. I know they only have one Super Bowl win, one loss, and an NFC championship, but they've been able to stay in this window, aka where you're at least in the playoffs.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do, man. And I just love that they signed him for 5 years, and he's here. And to me, it sends a message that we're going to be in SoFi in February. That's the goal, and it's the only goal.
Yeah, again, the Ty Simpson piece of this is TBD, and we are not going to know if they're right about that for a couple of years. But the piece that matters right now was them saying we are going to be able to, draft Ty Simpson, keep him on relative ice for a couple of years, let him develop, let him watch Matthew Stafford, but we're still going to be great now and get better now, even after using that pick.
And if you like this quarterback, he won't be in the draft next year. You don't have a great pick next year, and it's not a great quarterback class next year.
We can't count
Why
on
not take him now?
We can't count on a pick this good for a while.
I mean, listen, we were looking at receivers.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that's what we all thought. But when you look at the Rams and the success they've had in the draft, a lot of their great receivers later in the draft. So they have that belief and that trust in themselves as well.
I think you hit on something really big when you just said their track record affords them the benefit of the doubt. Like, I will be full disclosure. I don't know a damn thing about Ty Simpson. I have barely seen him play. I don't have an opinion of him at all. My opinion is I trust their opinion. Like, that's really the way I look at this. But confirmed exactly what I thought it was going to be. Thomas, in Chicago, you're on Destination for LA Sports. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I just want to make a couple of statements and a question for you guys. I think the whole model after the Spurs, Thunder, and Knicks, I think everyone talks about the star players and the sex appeal, but I don't think everyone talks about the Vassell's, the Champagnes, the guys who they bought low on but have stocks for the Spurs and the Knicks, Shamet, Alvarado, Mitchell Robinson. I think those are what are as important as obviously the Brunsons and the Castles and the top players. That's my statement. And I want to ask you guys a question. So, did you guys watch Game 1 in the finals?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? Okay. No, I just know some people kind of how players were if their team's out, they just don't watch it. So I just want to ask, why the hell did the Spurs coach take Dylan Harper out of that game.
Oh, thank you.
He was the best player. He was the best player on the court. The second he went down, the Knicks went on an 11-0 run. And, like, again, and if you tell me it's leadership and De'Aaron Fox is a leader, well, what do you think you have Kelly Olynyk for and Bismack and the Bismack guy and Harrison Barnes at the end of the bench? Like, Dylan Harper is a point guard. He can bring the ball up. Like, he was the best player on the court. And, like, you tell me, is it like an ego thing and they don't want to ruffle feathers with De'Aaron Fox? Like, tell me, like, are they going to make adjustments in game 2 and realize, we should play him over De'Aaron Fox for? Like, am I missing something? Or, like, okay, well, you guys are experts. Tell me.
Appreciate the call there, Thomas.
Good call. And you and I were discussing this before the show. During the game last night, I was texting my buddies, and I was saying, where is Dylan Harper? It just surprised me, and it shocked me. And they actually took him out for Vassell. He was playing with De'Aaron Fox. He only played 3 minutes and 33 seconds in that fourth quarter. I believe he was 6 of 10. He was playing great. He was physical. He was getting to the rack, defensively good. De'Aaron Fox having a bad game. Yeah. Obviously, you believe in your guy. He's the veteran. He was 3 for 13, only 7 points, and he was struggling. Sure, he's a playmaker, and he can make things happen. Maybe they had a matchup, or I don't know, but one thing I keep going back to, Mitch Johnson coaching in his first ever NBA Finals game. I'm not giving him an excuse, but this is a young team, and it is a young coach, and there was a thought process there. I have not heard it yet, but it did blow me away because my thought was you have to get Dylan Harper in the game. On the flip side of that, Mike Brown, 32nd NBA Finals game coached on a bench.
Yeah.
Whether he was a head coach in Cleveland and whether he was on the bench in San Antonio or on the bench as assistant at Golden State and then now as the head coach, he's been involved in a lot of playoff runs. So it's a valid question by Thomas because I'm asking it and so is everybody else. And by the way, De'Aaron Fox is a top 50 player in the NBA for sure, but Dylan Harper's right there now too. So you're going to have to figure out how this is going to work, AK, because Dylan Harper has to be in the game if they're going to win.
Yeah, coming up, I'm going to expand on what you were talking about before with the idea of Mitch Johnson as a rookie coach. And obviously, Mitch Johnson has had a great season. Like, he's clearly the right guy for that job. And he's helped get the Spurs ahead of the developmental curve that everybody expected. But when you mention that he's a rookie head coach, and this is his first playoff experience, period, at any level, like when he was an assistant with the Spurs, they never made the playoffs. So this is his first time, period. Got him to the finals. But there's an element of rookie coaching that I think is connected possibly to this decision with Dylan Harper. Talk about that coming up next. Also, the Ohtani and Cy Young of it all. Get into that destination for LA Sports. Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's Chris Morales, and at ESPN LA, we love Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and we hope to see you at the 10th Annual Walk and Play LA. First, I'm going to walk a 3K showing my support for this amazing hospital, and I want you to join me in raising funds for critically ill kids. Then we'll play with live music, games, and sports clinics led by local athletes. Join the fun Saturday, June 6th at the Santa Monica Pier. Go to ESPNLA.com to sign up for Team ESPN LA and use the discount code PLAY to save $10 on registration.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Friday, June 5th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll take a look at the all-new Shark Encounter that is now open, then check out Dolphin Adventures and soak in all the summer energy, including live concerts with artists like Soulja Boy and more. Don't miss Sedano and Cap Live Friday, June 5th from SeaWorld San Diego on ESPN LA. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing.
This World Cup season, the ultimate watch party experience is at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and all the flavors that make every match unforgettable. Grab fire-grilled asada tacos, slow-braised quesabirria, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more. Join us for every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. I'm here with Angie from Angelica's Insurance. Every team needs a strong defense, and when it comes to protecting what matters most, they've got you covered.
That's right. From auto and home to renters, business, and life insurance, we built a game plan tailored just for you.
And if life throws a penalty your way, like a DUI, for example,
we got you. We specialize in DUIs, SR22 coverage, getting you back on the road fast and affordably. Visit angelicas-ins.com or call 1-888-717-0773 for your free quote today.
Are you in that YouTube chat tonight? Or you're listening on the app or on 710 a.m.? We're talking all things LA sports, live and local, till 8 p.m. The destination for LA sports keeps rolling on LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA. Once again, with Geeter, here's Andy Kamenetsky.
Well done, Wilbur. Well done. You know what I like. Little Prince will always put me in a good mood. Destination for LA sports.
Mr. McGee.
You were Mr.
Song
McGee.
of my youth right here.
Oh, did people bring that up?
Yes, all the time.
They're like, why are you picking on the girl in the raspberry beret?
Great song.
Why are you a bad boss?
I think I'd be a good boss. I've just never been able to be the boss. I shouldn't say that. I was an athletic director and I was a head coach, so I was maybe a little bit of a boss. But
you didn't like his kind, though. He was a bit too leisurely. So we were talking before about the decision by Mitch Johnson with the Spurs, game one last night, to take Dylan Harper out of the game, who had been playing fantastic. He ends up subbing him in for Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell is, I believe, in his 6th or 7th year in the NBA. De'Aaron Fox was still out there despite struggling from the field. He actually was playmaking well, though. I heard on the Locked On NBA, national NBA show, really good stat. He had 15 potential assists that only turned into 5.
He was creating and getting by guys and making things happen.
So I think they wanted De'Aaron Fox in particular out there because of the playmaking.
He missed a big shot late.
He did miss
I thought he had to hit.
Yeah, and he missed a lot of shots, period. Like, De'Aaron Fox needed to make more shots. But I think he was out there for the experience and also the playmaking. With the Dylan Harper piece of this that I think is interesting with Mitch Johnson, who is a rookie head coach, and Dylan Harper is a rookie. Coaches in general are really skittish when it comes to playing young players and when it comes to rookies. And I've found in covering not just the NBA, but the NFL and baseball and whatever, mistakes made by young, inexperienced players will hit coaches as louder than the exact same mistake made by a veteran. Like, you are able to compartmentalize it, I think, more as coaches and managers when it's made by an experienced player, even if in some ways it's more inexcusable than an experienced player made it than an inexperienced. They just trust the veterans more.
Coaching sucks because it just does.
When you've
man.
done it.
I have for too many years, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I was fortunate enough to have some great teams as well along the way, whether it was in volleyball and basketball. But you can get yourself into trouble because there is something that you hit on there, Andy. He could be playing him all through the playoffs and trusting him completely. And the kid has been an absolute stud, and he's a rising star. But now we get into the game one of the NBA Finals that is uncharted territory and uncharted waters. And now you're going with a guy that you just have a gut feeling with, or maybe he's seeing the ability he has to create and get open shots for guys. I'm watching that game not from the coach's seat.
Right.
I have replay in front of me. I have text chains in front of me, and we cannot be wrong, right? It doesn't matter. Nothing's on the line. So I was thinking during that game, I am surprised they're not going to Dylan Harper, just because he was a problem for them.
Yes.
For everyone.
Yes.
That he's played against, including OKC.
Yeah.
And he was able to get to the – and I just thought he should be out there. And it wasn't so much for Fox. Maybe it's Vassell that's out. But it was just interesting to me that it came down and they just stayed with it. Never made the change.
And look, you're acknowledging, and I think you're right, there's a lot of different components that go into that decision. We may be both completely wrong as to why Mitch Johnson did it. There may be a match. Oh, wow. There was just a big, big collision.
Who is that down?
Max Muncy, and I don't know the first baseman for the Diamondbacks.
I don't love it.
They just had a massive collision as Max Muncy was looking to leg out a single, kind of a shallow outfield, deep infield, however you want to put it, single. They are both down on the ground.
That's brutal.
Yeah, Max Muncy is being attended to.
Oh, they're like down and out. Like,
yeah, you can see the entire Dodger dugout right now.
Concerned.
Very, very concerned. This was a big, big collision. Both guys are still down right now. The game right now, top of the fifth, still 0-0 Dodgers, Diamondbacks. Wroblewski, the pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Nelson for the Wroblewski for the Dodgers, Nelson for the Diamondbacks. Ooh, this is distracting, man.
Yeah, you do see Muncy has kind of rolled over a little bit and is coming to, but he has a cut on top of his nose right on the bridge, so could be broken nose territory.
Oof. I mean, like they're both. I hope both those guys are okay. They are both still down. Like this was a nasty.
Were you watching when it happened?
Yes.
Was it a head-to-head or was it more?
I couldn't tell that because Muncy, as he's running his back, is towards me. But both of them, like upon collision, they both left their feet. Like they were both airborne from the impact of this collision. Like I'm sure they're going to be showing a replay pretty soon, I would think, unless they just think it's in bad taste.
Yeah, great pitching going on. Dodgers were no hit, I believe, going into this.
Okay, here it comes right now. Muncy trying to leg this thing out. Ooh. Like, they're both upended.
For those of you that are in your car or not at home watching this game, this highlight, it's a really odd play. They both kind of went to the same spot.
Yes. Yeah, they both went to the same spot. Vargas had fielded their first baseman.
And he wanted to go to the inside.
Yeah, he had wanted to go to the inside. He's trying to beat Muncy to the spot. Muncy actually legged this thing out. He was safe, but his own momentum carried him into Vargas. And, I mean, they hit each other hard.
When you see it from that angle, Vargas is not yet at first, so Muncy's going through first.
Yes.
And that's why they run into each other.
There was nothing dirty from either side. Like, Muncy wasn't trying to take him out. But when I say that the impact was big, like, they both looked like they could have been decleated.
What's wild is when you're watching this in slow motion, how they both are jumping into the air into each other and then in the air suspended, falling down. It's a pretty wild play.
Yeah, so hopefully they're both okay. Muncy is now up. He is walking under his own power, under attendance, getting to the dugout, and Vargas is still down. He's actually still down on the field.
Brutal.
They finally stood him up now, and he's being helped off, and he is limping. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see if Muncy can stay.
Where
in the
were
game.
we? Oh, Dylan Harper, I think.
Yeah.
We were game one, maybe?
Yeah, game. Oof. Ooh. You really see that angle. They went head to head. Anyway, just with Dylan Harper, I don't know what the decision was, but it wouldn't shock me if, particularly with a rookie head coach in Mitch Johnson, who's learning this as he goes, I don't know if Dylan Harper was making mistakes or if you're anticipating mistakes. It's a close game.
Also, AK, like, here's the beauty of the NBA playoffs, and we've seen it so many times both ways. It's one game. Like, this all changes tomorrow if the Spurs win. It's 1-1, and you're moving on. Like, there's going to be adjustments made. There's going to be mistakes made, hindsight 2020 type of things where you might go with something that worked in game one and didn't work in game two. So, you can't overreact as well, but this was a great game, man.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun, and I think Cat played the best game I've ever seen him play. His
really...
ability to guard Wemby one-on-one, I think, surprised me. And then when Wemby guarded him, his ability to get by Wemby, I think, created some problems because, they want Wemby to guard Hart, which he did most of the time. They want him to roam. I'm very curious what they do in game 2. But right now, the Knicks are probably going to stick with that game plan of Cat primarily on Wemby.
It's actually really easy to be happy for Karl Anthony Towns in that game. Like, he talked afterwards. It's very known that, he lost his mother a few years ago, and that for very obvious reasons has been difficult for him to deal with and to, with his daily life. Like, he misses her very much. And he said that, like, he felt the spirit of his mother there in Madison Square Garden. And, Karl Anthony Towns has dealt with a lot of, he's obviously been a great player. He's a multi-time All-Star. I'm pretty sure he's made All-NBA, but he's had a lot of criticism, and in particular, a lot of criticism about toughness and like grittiness and defense. And, how much does he want it? How much can you rely on him to be that type of player that we saw in game 1? And really, this entire playoffs, Karl Anthony Towns has been terrific.
I found that interview fascinating, and it was awesome. And they asked a great question about how he felt going into game 1, and I thought his answer, complete honesty, and he said, this might surprise you guys, and I can only speak from my own experiences going into a big game, whether it was as a player or a coach. You're going to have some different feelings. He says, God, I was surprisingly very calm and very focused going in there. It wasn't the same nerves that he had in the Eastern Conference Finals. He was a calming presence, and he goes, and I knew my mom was in the building. It was really interesting. Cool.
He may have felt like, look,
yeah,
I finally got here. Like, I actually got to the finals. Like, for a while, it felt like I couldn't get there for whatever reason. I'm here, so I got to win these games. But I got past this one barrier that just couldn't get over that hump.
And by the way, 6 years ago, it's a different feeling for him. That's what we are seeing, right? Like, that's why I keep bringing up the 2011 Mavs. That team was kind of ready for the moment, had been through some battles. A couple guys had been in the finals. I just feel like the Knicks are at this place where here we are. It's where we're supposed to be. We've been through every kind of battle you can imagine, and let's roll. And the Knicks and the Spurs are like, oh my God, are we going to be a dynasty? Here it goes. We're winning the next 5 out of 6 years.
Well, and that's what the Thunder. They still might. They're down 0-1, and they're the last couple years, the team that won the first game did not end up winning the championship. But you had mentioned, like, the Spurs may have thought, like, okay, this is the beginning of our dynasty. All right,
go.
Dodgers with Ward getting stand-up triple.
Oh,
that is stand-up double or triple. Okay. All right, Dodgers now got a man on second, 2 outs after that scary moment involving Max Muncy.
It doesn't matter who's in the lineup, just going to get hits. They're going to score runs. It's just the Dodger fans. This is a beautiful time.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful time.
It really is a truly beautiful time to be a Dodger fan. And speaking of that, wanted to mention with Shohei Ohtani and the outing he had last night, Justin Wrobleski, by the way, on fire himself in this game. He's still scoreless, but Ohtani 6 innings. He is now no runs. He is now down to a .75 ERA. He has said that he wants to win the Cy Young. There could be a couple of obstacles, but coming up next, I want to explain why I think it doesn't really matter. Talk about that coming up next. ESPN LA.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
I love how the Rams are involved in every rumor.
Oh, wait, but isn't every LA team involved in every rumor?
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
When you talk about Tariq Skubal, you immediately go done. When you talk about Giannis, you immediately go Lakers. When you talk about a guy like Myles Garrett, the first name that comes to mind is Rams. I'll tell you one thing, though. When you think about Myles Garrett, the rumors began, George, last basketball season when Myles Garrett showed up in the ESPN LA suite.
Yeah.
People started circulating it around. Oh, my God, Myles Garrett's in the ESPN LA suite. You know that ESPN LA is a business partner of the LA Rams. That's
They're
where
also
these
a business
rumors
partner of the Cleveland Browns. So.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just circulating rumors.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody circulated that except
I just
you.
did. Yeah,
You're the only one that knew.
It was me who did.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that was me.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
Men, your health is the real MVP. Providence reminds you that many of the top health risks men face can go unnoticed. But annual checkups, screenings, and knowing your numbers can make all the difference. From staying active and eating well to prioritizing sleep and mental wellness, small steps can have a big impact. Providence brings together the best minds in men's health, keeping you in the game with trusted, compassionate care. Take control of your health like I did. Learn more at Providence.org. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
Rams fans, D-Far here. The Rams are making history in 2026, heading to Melbourne, Australia to face the Niners. You can be there. I've teamed up with True Fan Travel to hook you up with the ultimate fan experience. Game tickets, hotels, exclusive events, even a chance to meet me all in one package. This isn't just a trip, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Visit TrueFanTravel.com right now and secure your spot. That's TrueFanTravel.com. See you there.
Hey guys, if you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that could last for weeks. Getting sick right before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy can be really stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Packs to treat wide ranges of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. You just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook, or you call the telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your bed sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. Promo code is 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
And it is the destination for LA sports, Jeter and AK. Andy Kamenetsky with you on a Thursday night. Let's get back to the destination for LA sports. Back to LA Live, back to Jeter and AK on ESPN LA.
Destination for LA sports. Andy Kamenetsky, Chris McGee, and the Dodgers, just in this time that we were off taking a short commercial break, they're now up 2-0.
Let's go.
I'm
looking at 6 straight series, and this is what they do every year, Andrew. Okay.
Christopher.
They don't play well for like a week and a half, a couple weeks, lose a couple series.
Everybody panics.
And then you just get to summer, right around late spring, summer, and you just start winning series, 6, 7, 8 in a row. And then the Padres, cute little fun team that they are, small market, they're great, fun city. All my friends down there get pissed when I say that. You guys are awesome.
You do like San Diego, though.
I love San Diego. Great surf, too. My brother lives there now, but I love heckling them as well because I have tons of friends there. But listen, you're going to fall off a little bit, and the next thing you know, it's going to be an 8-game lead. It's okay. But this is what's going to happen. Dodgers are just going to keep winning series. It's what they do.
And I was mentioning Justin Wroblewski. He's right now sitting on 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 0 runs surrendered. Dodgers again up 2-0. Last night, Shohei Ohtani, incredible, just absolutely incredible. He had 6 scoreless innings, gave up just 2 hits, had 6 strikeouts, also went 3 for 4 at the plate, was on base 5 times. His average is now up to 3.01, and his ERA, league best, .74. The only reason he's not leading the ERA right now, Race, is
because he doesn't have enough innings.
Exactly.
But Andy, that is also the 3rd best start in the history of the sport through 10 starts.
Yeah.
Marinate on that.
Yeah. He's been amazing. And what's really incredible about it, or among the many things incredible about it, is Ohtani, heading into this season, talked about how he wanted to win the Cy Young. It's one of the only things he has not done. It's like Cy Young, World Series MVP. Like, that's about it. And he wanted to win the Cy Young. And I imagine there's a part of him that recognizes as he gets older, it's only going to get that much harder. So do it now while you can. And he's shown a track record for when he sets his mind to doing something, 50-50 season, he makes it happen. But one of the things, though, in thinking about this, because it's been talked about a lot, the innings pitched. Right now, he's thrown 61 innings. The leader in innings pitched right now in the National League is Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies, having a great season as well, 86.1 innings and a .46 ERA. So one of many pitchers right now that Ohtani will be competing with.
Sale. I mean, there's some great.
For the Cy Young.
For the Cy Young.
And the innings pitched or lack thereof for Ohtani, that could be something that gets in the way of him winning the Cy Young. And in all honesty, it could be fair to hold that against him. Like in terms of when you're narrowing down who ends up winning, the idea of you threw, say, 30, 40 innings less than 4 or 5 other guys in competition, that's something that could fairly break the tie. I'm not saying it absolutely has to. I'm just saying it would be fair. But Ohtani is going along with this program where he's being taken out of games when he clearly could still stay in if he wanted to, if they'd allow him to. He's part of a 6-man rotation, which I think also could be held against him because these other pitchers that'll be competing for with the Cy Young Award, they're throwing on shorter rest regularly because they're part of a 5-man rotation. And these are all things that could be used against Ohtani with voters when it comes down to determining the Cy Young Award. Ohtani, though, clearly recognizes the bigger picture and trying to win 3rd straight World Series. Because otherwise, he would object to this. He wouldn't go along with it. He's going along with it, and that just shows the partnership between this organization and Ohtani.
He wants to win.
Yeah.
That is above everything, and it's clear. And they are on the same page. Him wanting to win the Cy Young Award, I love that. And I want to have him be able to go for it. But it needs to be in the parameters that are set up with him and his team and the Dodgers, right? Like Ohtani's people and the Dodgers are all on the same page. There's no question about it. And for this team, everyone knows the key will be health come October. And they're going to break away from that, Andy, right? Like they're not going to diverge from that. They know the plan. They know how to do it. And I think Ohtani knows that. And I think for him, like, he wants to win Cy Young doing it his way.
Yeah.
And that's 6-man rotation, fine. That's coming out after 6 innings, fine. By the way, if he's got a no going, and I know he got pulled the other day, but he was up there in pitches. If he's close, I'm sure they let him run a little bit. But as that season wears on and guys get hurt and guys fall off, hopefully he's still picking up steam and still has that momentum.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's rare necessarily because there have been other selfless superstars across different sports, but it is a true luxury when you're superstar, like a guy in the case of Ohtani, who is arguably, I think it's a pretty strong argument, the greatest to ever play this game. His personal goals do not supersede the team goals. Like, that is something that fans should be really grateful and thankful towards. Because, again, I'm not going to say it never happens, but these guys rightly have egos and they rightly have ambition. And a guy like Ohtani looks at only a handful of things he hasn't done. I don't blame him for wanting that Cy Young.
Oh, I think it's great, and I think it'd be great to add to his legacy. And I'm glad he wants it. By the way, you know why? That means he wants to step on the hill.
Yeah.
Right? He wants to take the hill and throw. Like, that's what we want as Dodger fans. The more Ohtani in games, the better. And when he's pitching, days he's pitching and hitting, I can't wait to watch. It's must-see TV for me.
It is.
And he's not listen, guys that are just going for the Cy Young Award, you take a Sanchez, somebody like that, their job is to pitch. And they pitch every 5 days, and they don't want to come out of the game, and they want to, go another inning. But Ohtani understands that he has a lot more to do on this team. Right? At the end of the day, that's more important.
Well, he recognizes
than maybe throwing 15 more pitches.
Yeah, I mean, he recognizes we've got an overarching goal. Mm-hmm. Our overarching goal is to win a World Series every year if we can. We're trying to go 3 in a row, which is incredibly rare. My personal goal matters. Like, he's allowed to have this personal goal that matters to him a lot. He is clearly locked in when he's on the mound. But his personal goal, at least the way I read it, does not take precedent over or priority over the team goals, because otherwise he would be arguing more or making it clear in post-game interviews that he's displeased with being pulled out of games when he does. Or, I wouldn't mind a 5-man rotation. I don't need a 6-man rotation.
You know what he was upset about when he got pulled the other night and he had 6 scoreless innings going? Was that he walked guys.
Yeah.
He had 4 walks. He wasn't happy. He would rather give up a couple of hits than those 4 walks. That, to me, tells me a lot about the man. And Kershaw was from the same mold. Like, he would say that, listen, I'd rather give up a bomb than give guys free passes. And I love that.
Yeah.
Ohtani knows that, listen, October is really what matters. That's where legendary status, he's already there, but that's where you become Mr. October, you become this, you become that. Like, your name goes on forever. I mean, he's already there as one of the greatest players of all time.
And look,
just keep winning.
I don't know Ohtani. I've never met Ohtani. And while I think Ohtani has let on more of his personality and has been more open as a Dodger than he ever was an Angel, and I've got a lot of theories about that, like why that has happened. And I think he seems happier being more of an open person with more personality being shown than he had been in the Angels when they were not letting anyone around him. And I personally think that was Ippei trying to keep him cocooned so he could
do weird things.
So he could rip him off easier, like embezzle from him easier. It's easier to do that when you keep his inner circle yourself. Like, that's the entire circle.
He is loved inside that Dodger clubhouse.
Yes, he is.
That's really all you need to know as a Dodger fan. That will tell you everything.
But when
not standoffish, not into himself, not about his own goals. Team.
Yeah, he seems to be enjoying it too. Like, he seems to enjoy letting people in. But when you have a player like him that puts the team first and makes that the standard, that makes it that much easier and frankly mandatory for everybody else to buy into their asks.
Yeah.
Because if Ohtani is willing to sacrifice on this level, like, being taken out in ways that could affect him in the Cy Young or part of a 6-man rotation, and who am I to complain about whatever many of my asks are? Like when LeBron was willing to take that third option role. If LeBron is willing to do that, nobody else can complain.
It sends a message to everybody without talking about it, right? I mean, leadership can be done in a number of ways. Sometimes when you lead, you have to be vocal. Sometimes when you lead, it's got to be by action only. Sometimes it's both. It just depends. Sometimes you got to pull a guy into a room, right? Other times you got to be able to light someone up. Other times you got to have the kid gloves on. Maybe sometimes you got to bring someone in for a hug. I mean, there's different ways to do it. But by showing and not talking about it, very powerful as well.
All right. We are wrapping up. This is Destination for LA Sports. I will be back tomorrow night solo after Knicks Spurs Game 2. Want to hear from everyone. But again, it's going to be me, Beto, Trudell, and Marcus and Geeter, revolving different nights.
Yeah.
710 ESPN.
Boom.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
This World Cup season, the ultimate watch party experience is at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and all the flavors that make every match unforgettable. Grab fire-grilled asada tacos, slow-braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more. Join us for every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Friday, June 5th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live